Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. Now, we had Deku, Kara, and Voss. We also had Deku and Kara's born son, Aval. Now, Aval, he is a newborn. And right now Deku is spending time with his son after being a mentor, teacher, and a father. Now, Deku's been up for multiple days, literally trying to hand over the keys to unlimited power to the world. But people have been trying to delay his efforts. And today, after numerous battles in front of the world, he's just flat out done with it. He told the world. He made it a simple example of it. They're still afraid of him because of what he's trying to do. They still think that what he's trying to do is part of the regime. Yes, he stood by Clark once, but that time passed. Clark had his trust, and he shattered it, beyond anything. Yeah, he got some of it back, but it never will be the same way before. Now, Kara, she went out to show the world Supergirl again. And right now she's trying to hunt down Voss, her daughter, who made her, well, preview. Now, while Deku was at home, he was caught off guard by Batman. Or really, Jason Todd wearing a Batman suit. Jason threw blue kryptonite fear gas in his face, shot him a few times, and then dosed him again with fear toxin, laced kryptonite. Now, that did quite a bit. Deku showed his ability to fight through the kryptonite. But Jason, yeah, he's seen stubborn bastards. I mean, he came back from the dead. But this guy, real fucking stubborn. So he made him a promise. He'll take good care of his son. All he has to do here is lay here and survive? Yeah, he's not too sure how he's going to survive that. Toodles. Now, Jason left with the baby. And Deku right now, he was seeing his worst fear. The man John Kent would become. John Kent has a long way to go. His father was redeemable at one point, but now he isn't. All those years ago, his father was the standard for a hero. You could look at him and feel safe and comfort, practically radiating from the man. But now all he radiates is hate, fear, and, well, malice. That's what people think. Clark has been doing better. He's shown grief. I mean, he's shown he knew it was wrong. And right now, Deku, he's worried. Jonathan Kent as the Joker is the worst thing he can see. And right now, he's watching it, witnessing it. And he does lay there. He's trying to breathe, but he can't feel like he can. His body is just all out of whack. His fingers. He can't feel his hands. What's going on? Now, Deku just tries to stay focused. And right now, Deku does find himself floating in the sky. As right now, he does go to look around. So that's it then. Deku turning. And right now, he would go to see Voss float down. So that's it. Voss? No, not Voss. Now, the person will get his own shapeshift, expressing as they turn into Kara. He does need to remember. He went through all that awareness training for a lot of reasons. There was even the Kryptonian ones. But what about the human ones? Well, there's training. Yes, I see I shouldn't have to remind you. Then again, this was put into place in case this ever happened. Whoa, whatever happened? You don't remember. Fear toxin. A little bit, yes. but it's a bit worse than that. Okay, listen. I was put into place as a mental safeguard. Right now, the rational part of your brain, me, the trained part of your brain, it's working off of basic instinct. Right now, it's also been put in survival mode. Kryptonian exposure of unknown origin or quantities, it's overpowering our resistance. Hmm. Wasn't I shot? You do remember now. Yes, you were. Okay, so the toxin. Now, Deku isn't going to feel himself get pulled back towards consciousness. And right now, he actually feels the pain. As right now, Deku, he does go gasping for air. As right now, he does going to bring his hands out. Him going to grab at the floor and pull himself forwards. Now, Deku right now, he does going to try and bring his hand up. Him going to grab at the door, as right now he will go to grab onto the handle and twist it. Him actually going to lean forwards against the door more. As right now he does need to try and pull it back and get outside. He needs to get to the barn. He needs to get to the barn. Now, Deku, he knows that there's a toolbox in there. Right now it's the best idea. Deku actually going to open the door as it is going to swing open. And Deku right now, he does at least have another idea. I'm going to whisper. Gar. No. Deku just tries to say it. He tries to whisper for Kara. Come on. He just has to adjust his vocals. Okay. He just needs to get outside the realm of human hearing. Now, Deku is trying to get his voice high. However, right now he's trying to breathe. He's trying to focus. Right now, whatever toxins in his body, he's feeling his body fight the kryptonite. And, okay. It's getting through his system. Deku's just thinking. Bring his hand down towards his gut. Okay. Now, Deku, he does try to bring his hands in. And right now he does try to squeeze his two fingers together and try and dig into his wound. Now, Deku, whenever he does find that he can't reach in and grab out the bullet, he realizes what he has to do. Okay. Plan A and B are not good. Plan C. Now, Deku, he does try to at least take a breath. Right now, him going to bring his hands out onto the ground, as he does try to stand to his feet. Now, Deku, he actually just climbed to his feet, him trying to take in a breath. And right now, there is where the fear toxin does come in back in full force. Deku going to let go of the wall, as he does going to fall forwards outside. Now, Deku does take a few steps. Him stepping down one of the steps, as Renee will going to turn. His foot going to smash down and slip. As right now Deku does go falling forwards onto his face. And right now Deku, after he does go to land, he does try to bring his hands up. Now, Deku is trying to crawl. Right now there's a bullet in his thigh. There's a bullet in his gut, and there's one, he's fairly certain, very close to his shoulder and collarbone. And right now, there's one bleeding wound. Okay, that one's gushing blood. Deku brings his hand up to his shoulder. As whenever he does get to feel the exit wound on the back of his shoulder, he knows that there's one bullet at least not in his body. Now, right now Deku, he is going to move. However, right now we do actually have somewhere else. Up in the sky. A bird. A plane. No, it's a Mazo. And right now Amazo does stand there. The town below him. Once a very populated city. Once a very populated spot for families to be raised. People to come and settle down in a nice, quiet town. However, right now, that town, it's a little too quiet. There's nothing. No human life left. And Amazo, he flies away. Now, right now we do actually have Kara. Kara, she is trying to follow leads. Right now, people, they do talk about it. Supergirl. There's Supergirl. And right now, Kara, she's a bit angry. Her actually trying to find Voss because this is bad. Really, really bad. Her heading back to the bunker. Now, whenever she did arrive, a lot of people were surprised to see her. And right now, there actually was where Kara, she was concerned. She wanted to find out where her daughter was. So, does anyone here know? Does anyone here think they have the idea as to where somebody like her would go if she was trying to hide? Now, there actually is somebody who does going to step up. And they do try to express. They don't really know a lot about Voss, but they've fought her before. Hmm? You have? Okay, fine. Do you know where my daughter might be? Um, I think so. Mind filling me in? I, um, she, she might be in Italy. Now, Carter's gonna ask the kid, how does he know? To which he would gonna try and at least tell her, looking back to everybody else, as he was gonna give up the big secret. Him and a lot of the other kids, they fly that way sometimes. I mean, it's a really cool place. Plus, for sightseeing, there's a giant tower. Now, Kara, she does at least look at the kid. Okay, so this is good. Italy. No, wait, a giant tower. Now, right now, Kara, she does think. Wait, a giant tower. Okay. Now, Kara should ask. She's gonna need him to answer this question very carefully. By giant tower, does he mean something leaning, or does he mean something that it was more like a four-pronged thing that leads together into one that goes straight up? Hmm? Um, the second one? Okay, okay. That is the Eiffel Tower. That's in France. And what you're talking about, Leaning Tower of Pizza. Hmm? Pizza? Oh, I think I know what that is. I'm I'm just gonna go now. Listen, see her, tell her I want to talk to her. Now, right now she's gonna fly away, and right now we do actually have Deku. Deku right now he's still at least trying to get his way to the barn, and right now Deku he currently does sit there outside the barn. Him still trying to move. Now, right now we do actually have somebody who they're heading to the Kent family farm. They are a bit worried and concerned. They are way out past curfew, and if Dad woke up, he's definitely going to be angry. Now, Voss actually has come flying down. Her right now going to open her window and going to walk inside. As she's going to at least ask if anyone's awake. Now, Voss right now doesn't get a response. And right now she is going to walk downstairs. Now, Voss right now she's going to look around. As the TV's still on, Vol's asleep, and Dad's not here, and the door's. Now, Vol's to stare at it. Her gonna walk over, and right now when Risha's gonna grab out for the door handle, she actually is gonna feel something. As veins start to pop on her hand, and right now she actually does somewhat watch them turn green. Her gonna somewhat back away, as right now she does recognize the kryptonite exposure. Now, Voss actually does get someone back up and into a table. Her going to kick it, as right now it does get sent skidding backwards and towards the crib. Her actually going to turn and fully put her attention looking at it. Now, a Vol's not there. And right now that does say quite a few things. Her actually is going to look upstairs and use X-ray vision. Her father's not in bed. Okay, now, right now, there actually is where Voss does going to use her senses again. Her hearing her dad's heartbeat. It's Voss. Now, right now Voss is confused, as she does get to turn and walk outside. Now, Voss does look down at the blood, as she does see it whenever she does focus a bit more. She didn't see it at first, but oh my god. Now, Voss is going to actually look towards where the trail does lead. The skid marks, and then she does going to follow those. As Deku, right now, he currently does sit there right outside the barn. Voss is going to fly over, as right now, she's exposed to the kryptonite. And Deku, he actually does want to sit up and look at Voss. Her actually holding onto her father, ask him what happened. Voss, Deku going to look up, as right now his veins all along his face, they're green, and he looks pale, sickly. Now, they're going to try to tell her what to do, and Voss seems a bit taken aback by what her dad just asked her to do. Give him the needle nose pliers. They're in the top drawer. Now, Voss was a bit surprised, and Deku, whenever she could hand them over to him, he did get to grab onto them. Him at least trying to tell her to grab something else. And right now she is going to listen. Now, Deku, he actually is going to try and bring down the pliers directly into his leg. And right now Voss is going to run over, as she's going to bend down, seeing her father pull out a green bullet from his leg. Now, Deku, he does actually see Voss's reaction. And right now she is trying to keep her breath steady. The veins on her face are forming. And right now Deku does see it. Him actually going to bring his hand up and grab at his shoulder. Him going to bring his hands together, as right now Voss to see them shaking. And Deku does try to take a breath, as he's mumbling the same word. Shut up. Shut up. Now, Voss is trying to listen in. And right now her father, he's panicking. No, shut up. Shut up. Vol. Now, right now Voss is going to ask, what happened to Aval? Where's Aval? Now, right now Voss, she actually sees her father. His hand somewhat going a bit unsteady, as he is trying to force the pliers down into his shoulder. Now, the jolt of pain does give Deku a bit more of things to focus on. And right now Deku, he does try and stick the pliers inside to grab the bullet. However, he does just go to push it further and further in. Now, right now Deku does not going to turn to Voss. Him going to bring up his hand and tell her he needs her help. Now, Voss is just trying to keep her breath steady. Her focus is the only thing stopping her from completely losing track of her breath. If she loses track of her breath, she's going to panic. She's going to act like she's drowning. She's going to feel like she's drowning. And right now, it's just the fact that her hands, well, they feel like they're pulsating. They feel like they're staticky. No. Deku, he does actually see Voss. The way she's reacting is right now, Deku, he does get to somewhat slump forwards. Or at least go to fall backwards, Now, Voss to see Deku fall backwards. And right now she actually is going to somewhat bend down and grab the bullet her father pulled out. Her going to turn and chuck it away from the house. Now, right now Voss, she's going to grab onto the, pliers. As she does try to take a breath and focus. Her going to bend down and try and help. Now, Right now, Deku, he does just simply lay there. And Voss, yeah, this isn't doing her good. And right now, there is where she just gonna pull out the blue kryptonite. Her seeing this and looking a bit more confused. This is no way. Now, Voss is just gonna turn and chuck it. And right now, Deku doesn't gonna lay there. Voss going to actually feel the kryptonite beginning to unaffect her as her body starts to return to normal. Now, Deku right now is still unconscious, and Voss is going to actually grab her dad and going to stand back up. Her going to turn and fly towards the sunrise. Now, right now Deku, he does feel the solar radiation. As there is where Deku, he does get pulled out of his, let's just call it, mind trap. Now, Deku right now does have the fear toxin go through his system. As the moment his eyes do shoot open, he does actually see Voss. Her asking Dad if he's okay. And Deku right now he does try to wait. As whenever he's able to actually pull himself up into the air, he does get to level himself back out. And Voss doesn't hear her father say a word. And right now she's actually a bit more worried. Vol's missing and he was on death's door when she found him. Oh God, if she didn't come home. But Mom's gonna be so mad. Now, Deku is going to turn to her right now. Before he does ask her, how long? Dad, I don't know. Whenever I found you, you were outside. Where's the Vol? Voss. Where were you? Dad, I was upstairs. The whole time and... Voss? Don't lie to me! Now, right now Voss is a bit taken aback, as Deku is going to raise his voice. And right now he does get very, very angry very fast. And Voss is actually a bit more afraid. And Deku just shout at her. Where the hell was she? If she was upstairs, she would have heard those gunshots. If she was upstairs, she would have heard him gasping for air and scream at the top of his lungs. Right now, he wants her to hear what he has to say. Right now, he wants to hear where the fuck she was. Now, Deku does tell her, her brother was just abducted by a man pretending to be Batman. Does she understand how bad that does sound? Right now, he has a few ideas as to who it might be. Right now, he does have one, though. And right now, he's going to go talk to that person. Because, if he remembers correctly, that heartbeat he was concerned about. Now, they're going to try to listen. And right now, he does hear the heartbeats. As he does need to go talk to Kara. Now, Deku, he does hear the heartbeat. As right now, there is where Deku, he needs to play this a bit more carefully. Right now, he's enraged. But he needs to make sure that this goes well. The guy said he gave him his word. Okay. Who could it be, though? Now, Deku's trying to piece it together. Right now, a Vol was abducted, and he needs to take down the guy being Batman. However, right now, there is something else going on. There is actually Kara. Kara, right now, she's trying to hunt down a string of incidents that look questionable. And right now, Batman, he's encountering multiple things. He thought that Clark got out of prison, and he lost his mind. He thought that something may have happened to Lois again. Maybe this time their kid. However, Lois, she didn't pick up his last phone call. And the town he's standing in was annihilated. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.